beautiful, man. Yeah, so what was you saying about you was in North Dakota?
I was in South Dakota.
South Dakota?
I was in South Dakota last year on my way to Atlanta to see Jediah. And while I was there, I went to start at this pilot. And so when I went into the pilot and bought my stuff, the cashier, the lady, she told me, Shalom. I said, Shalom to you. And so we went to talking, and she said, and I asked her, I said, you know, she said, yeah, I know who you is. And so then the manager came, and he said, yeah, you're Judah. And we're on, I forgot what tribe he said.
You say it was Gad.
Gad, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
He said it was Gad. And then he said the only holiday he celebrates is Black History Month for the fried chicken.
Right.
He said he don't celebrate no white man holidays.
Right.
So Israel is waking up.
Bro, you had that video on the Ephraimite. What was you bringing out just now, man?
Oh no, just him speaking about he was kind of shook because he trying to understand what he was saying, but I think he got caught up in the whole thing because he said he got some of his family members that almost look white, red afros. So he ain't even know that that's in the scripture about Ephraim being like a cake unturned. So you know what I mean. I told him, I said, look, you can go through Spanish Harlem, you gonna see some Ephraimites that's darker than me.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
hey,
right.
dark as me.
That's
You know what I'm saying? Then you'll see some that you would think is white, but they really Ephraim.
And it's like that in Puerto Rico now. You know, you got
Trinidad.
yeah. Trinidad too.
Look at Tito Trinidad.
Yeah, he Puerto Rican?
Yeah, he Puerto Rican.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they dark.
But the crazy thing about it, at least they know because he knows all about the Spaniards, the conquistadors. He knew about them being Taino Indian. But niggas, all we know is mollies. You know what I mean?
Weed smoke.
Percocet.
Oh no, not the Percocet.
Weed. You know, they know. At least they have some of their culture. They, you know what I mean? They,
right.
You know, but
see, our people was quick to grab whatever the white man said.
Right.
That's why they believe they're African.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Simply because he told you.
Because he told exactly.
Nothing, no research behind it.
Yeah, nothing.
You know what I mean? Nothing is substantiated. Just
they'll spill you whatever they heard already.
This is what
I'm telling you. This is what I found out. I am from Africa. Well, you might be. You know what I mean? Then you ham, but for the rest of us, you know what I'm saying? My grandparents came off that boat.
Right.
Where yours come from?
Right.
You know what I mean? Oh yeah, y'all came during that pilgrimage. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got a
New
lot
York
of
and
Hamites
shit.
that'll tell you that they came on the plane, you came on the boat.
Exactly.
Hey,
You know what
matter
I'm
of
saying?
fact, I had a college teammate, right, playing around with him. I called him a nigga. He said, no, I ain't the nigga. You the nigga.
Who ain't Judah in that picture?
I said, damn, what you mean by that?
Who's
He
not
said,
Judah
yeah,
in that picture?
Kata. He said, my people ain't never been slaves. You
the
the
Kata.
nigga.
Right.
Hey, he from Zimbabwe, bro. He said, you the nigga.
That makes the division right there.
got the
You
same
ham.
father.
This was the truth.
Yeah,
I
man,
ain't
yeah,
no
I'm
shit.
sure.
They got the same
So
father.
we two
I mean,
different
they got the
people.
same
You know what I'm
mother.
saying?
Their mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters.
all day long.
Same
Right,
mother and
so
father.
if we ain't talking the same language,
Yeah, so he would look like your typical Jew that you see
I
walking
can't
around.
even get you
He
to
just
see
look
the
like a
truth,
typical
then
white
I'm
boy.
wasting my time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that is kind of cool that you actually
Beautiful thing, right?
you're messing with those people, the conscious people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. That's what I say.
you know.
When I speak with them,
Camps come together.
That's why I go on the
That's a
common
beautiful
board
thing.
sometimes.
Not out.
Pharaoh.
Right.
It's a young cat up in there coming up in there. Hey man, listen, man, all that stuff is garbage. Because at the end of the day, one thing when I was watching, when I was studying Egyptology, what used to get me was white people could always say,
their
"Hey, you
mother-
guys sold each
this
other
is
into
mother
slavery
girl.
first."
okay.
But
Their
even when you
mother-
look on the carvings and things of that nature, you'll see
Same mother and father.
one
Oh, right,
melanated
right.
people
Yeah. So that
in
seed line, so guess what?
being superior over
So
another
he done had,
melanated
so
people,
guess what?
or
He
the
done
other
had a
would
kid
be
by a
in
white
indigenous
girl.
servants to the. They ain't even. They was in slavery. You see them carrying the
Go talk to him.
I don't know what you call it, with the pharaoh on top of it. But then who was those people that was carrying, or you'll see them working, you know what I'm saying, carving the wall and working. And so then it was like, and then when I popped him, it was like, no, those were Africans or Hamites enslaved slave and Hebrew Israelites, then that's when for me it would all start coming out like, oh man, okay, that's that see what it is. Because that was one thing that always kept sticking out with me, and I would just have to be like, damn, well, that's the truth that we did, you know, even on that side, sell each other in the snake. Right. When you find out the truth behind all that, man, you know, it really makes sense. That goes into why you go into the Romans 11 and 8, 7, and 8.
About grafting?
No. About when he said, so what then? Israel shall not obtain it. You know, they seeketh it. Hold on, it's Romans 11.
They seek it, but shall not obtain it.
Romans 11. It's one of my favorites. It's 7. It says, what shall we say then? Have not what then? As Paul asking, like, what then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh, because all black people seek the Most High, whether it's off in the Islam, whether it's off in the Buddha, Christianity.
We're gonna worship something.
They seeking it. And he said, but seek it for, but the election hath obtained it. The rest was blinded. So that's why I tell cats a lot of times, listen, man, you could be beating a dead horse, man. That's why he said, if we reject you, then you shake the dust off your feet, because the Most High could have put that spirit of blindness on them, a spirit of slumber, because it going, they said, according as it written, the Most High has given them a spirit of slumber, eyes that they shall not see and ears that they shall not hear until this day. So if you sitting there trying, it could be your mama, it could be anybody that you care for, whatever the case may be, they not gonna get it. So it don't even, you can keep on going, trying whatever it is that you trying to do, they not gonna get it.
Say good understanding is all those that do his commandments.
Do his commandments, right.
Commandments you ain't
What
gonna
part about
understand.
which part?
You was talking about how she came up with the eye and all that.
Somebody got invited.
Oh man.
That one.
I didn't
Yeah,
even know what.
a female.
I looked at her.
Yeah, she
I
called
was
it.
just over
looked at
there
it?
last night
yeah.
talking to her and her dude.
The eye. When she came up with the eye,
Yeah.
I didn't even see that.
resonating to him and everything.
Yeah.
I was
I'm
reading
like-
scriptures and
Yeah, she said open your eyes, you know what I'm saying? And then zooming in the left eye.
Right.
Brother,
She's
you
right.
know,
Yeah.
Like,
You
all
said
that you
yeah,
caught,
when you
certain
caught
man
it,
don't
that's
like
when I
that.
caught it. It's like
I
can't.
you
You're not gonna catch everything, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But you caught that.
Yeah. And then for the whole rest of the video, she played the whole rest of the video inside of her left eye.
Right.
And then talk about this is for Israelites and this is the 12 tribes and all that. Come on,
Crazy
man.
crap.
And like you didn't really catch it because it was witchcraft. It was like, you know, it's a spell. She put a spell on it.
You right.
You
You
right,
right,
man.
Right.
You should have smacked him upside his head with that. Let no man.
You know, but we could tell, and she did this to discredit who the Native Americans are, that they're not Israel.
Right.
But now you can see clearly now by the way Trump and the white man is treating Puerto Rico, who really is Israel. You know what I'm saying? That they
Yo,
intend
all that
Yo, cause
destruction.
them Puerto Rican, they was over there, they wicked
Right.
over there, man. It's hell, man. I
And he
seen
said,
a clip with it, damn
he said he
Puerto
gonna
Rican.
bring judgment first to the house
Two
of
chicks
God.
was-
You know what I'm
was
saying? He's gonna bring judgment
twerking
first
on
on
top of
Israel
the casket.
before he bring it on Esau this time.
They
In
gone.
Puerto
So they
Rico,
feeling it
they
right
was
now. They
doing
gotta
it-
get
they
their
got some
Negro
little
wake up
ritual,
call.
just like
You
in
know
New
what I'm saying?
Orleans when somebody died and they do dun, blowing the horns and carrying the casket through the street.
Right.
They was in Puerto Rico and they was doing some type of casket. They had the casket carried through, and two chicks got up on top of the casket and were twerking on top of the casket.
man.
They was pouring liquor down they pants and stuff like that.
Yo,
On
man,
top
that's
of the
soft,
casket
man.
in Puerto Rico. Right before the hurricane hit.
You know,
Right before the hurricane hit. On top of the casket, man.
Wow.
Twerking on the casket.
Last days, we gonna
While somebody crying and they crying, and then the girl jump up there and get the turkey and they start pouring liquor on her and all that kind of stuff on the casket, man.
And then don't it
And
be
then you
crazy
wonder-
how they be like, why did God do this? You know what I'm saying?
I can't even talk myself, you know what I mean? Because, you know, back on the block, you know, that's how, you know, stupid we was.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
We expect that, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Get up there and show some love,
Yep.
and they'll do it. You know what I'm saying?
You know, that's what they did with Moses when he went up and got that law, them 10 commandments. He came back down, and that's basically what they was doing, twerking.
Right.
Basically,
You know what I'm saying? Right. It said the offerings of Baal, you know what I'm saying? They say it's an altar, but in today's term, an altar is a stage. So they got the whore on the pole, and they throwing their offerings is when they make it rain. That's the offering. You know what I'm saying? They making it rain on the altar. what I'm saying?
God forgive me for bringing the Edomites in this.
Man,
Now when you watch y'all, I know y'all don't see the Ten Commandments with Charles the Heston, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Now when he went up to go meet the Most High, you seen the Israelites run into the field, gonna go get with 2 or 3 women.
They showed that on there.
Yeah, show that on there. Yeah, they went to run into like they were finna go get it in.
Israel wicked, man.
But no, that goes right back to what you were saying about them Ephraimite sisters twerking. That's that Proverbs 30:20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness. And even if you try to tell them what they're doing wrong, it's gonna be an argument and a fight.
Straight to my
Con,
face.
bring it
And
up.
then they want to say they ain't black when they act just like they Jewish
Right.
sisters.
Right.
That's why I tell you, Donald Trump giving them that nigga wake up call.
Oh yeah.
I ain't done no wrong.
That be them Dominicans.
They'll turn
They
it
way
on. They
worse.
turn it on you.
Oh, no,
Like,
they
Up there in the Dominican. Puerto Ricans, we kicking Puerto Rican. Judah and Ephraim kicking. Judah and Simeon ain't got no ties. You Dominicans don't dig it. They look at you like you. All is, man. When I go to this, I sometimes go to set something, man. Them girls, man, can be.
You knew all the time it wasn't mine.
You got $10 Payless shoes, man. And you turn your nose up at. You know what I mean? Like, who you think you is, man?
I've been to DR.
No, I've been to Puerto Rico. I ain't go to DR. I've been to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I've been to DR. You know.
I mean, that's what they got real dissension. It's real with them.
Yeah, but they gonna be for a rude awakening when they see who gonna run the show. When Judah runs the show.
You got some female rap out there.
Cardi B.
Yeah, all of that.
Now, what she She both though, I believe.
Yeah, I
She
heard.
mixed with both.
Yeah, I heard so many types of It's above this too, right nationalities. here.
Yeah, they want to worship. They want that. Yeah, no, for real. They want that worship. They want men to worship.
Now y'all really want to see some wickedness? Did anybody watch the Amber Rose slut walk last week? Nah. And y'all seen old boy that holding on the sign saying I'm a hoe?
He a hoe. 21 Savage.
What kind of gangster gonna walk around talking about I'm a hoe?
I said, I'm not saying it was y'all fault.
Where they get that
All I'm
from?
saying is that was the beginning of y'all thinking y'all was independent women.
And that's 21 Savage. That's her boyfriend too. You know
I'm
what I'm
always
saying?
just carrying away right now. She on her high horse. And she got her damn husband walking around her like a fucking dead.
Everybody seem like it's like they playing music.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out who the husband is.
Nas,
And then earlier this year,
And they will never figure that out. They'll never figure that out. They don't want to hear that. They want to say, hey,
You put one out.
yeah, but they don't. Let's say that was on
start doing what, you know,
But
get
it
your
was
stuff
what
together
I was
and all
saying.
that.
The one every black woman want to refer to a power of 31.
Look at this here.
That woman was married.
No, if that was his woman, man, that was lame on his part. That he put out there.
Man, just like they say, these Negroes is lame. They niggas with money. They lame.
That's what it is.
You can have all the money in the world and still be lame. Me personally, I think Floyd Mayweather is the most loneliest, lamest person it
You
is.
know what money do for you? Money increase your
These women get so caught up on it, man.
It just shows it amplifies.
Yeah, they say Jay-Z is the most pettiest person that
Generous
is.
person, the more money you have, the more generous you're gonna be. If you're a lame, you're just gonna be a bigger lame. It just comes down to who you are as a person.
And it just shows like how we got all these multi-millionaires and couple billionaires, and they won't do nothing for their people. That's where I show what Deuteronomy 20:68. No man shall buy you.
They gonna cut the pipeline.
Oh yeah, they gonna cut it.
Why you
It's
think
about to
Oprah-
go
why
down.
you think Oprah go over to Africa to open a school?
Yeah, she do it for the Hamites.
Chicago is in right now.
I just need to
Because
say
if she
that.
open the school in Chicago, they gonna clip her wings.
Yeah.
You got pants on the dress.
Gotta do enough for Israel. Because they know the difference. They know that that's Israel over in Chicago. Go over there to them Hamites and you open the school up over there. You ain't about to do nothing in Chicago.
They go to Africa though.
Because they have to. That's what the pastor tell them they can do. Master tell them go over there.
And then you got a basketball player that would claim to be the best, greatest ever say, I ain't taking no picture with no niggas.
Nowadays,
Right, you talking about Jay with his old coat.
Yeah, I was gonna say you ain't taking no picture with no niggas.
I forgot who.
Chameleon now?
Yeah, Chameleon there.
Yeah, Chameleon that say he wanted to hit it.
He went over to Israel. He found out he was an Israelite and went over with
He
the
played
Khazars.
for them.
Yeah, but he went over there, but he went coon. He went on some coon.
Cool, yeah, he went with the Khazars.
He rolling with the Khazars?
Yeah.
I think I seen him.
Yeah, they got him off into that Judaism.
NBA, Amari Stoudemire.
He just like Shine.
How you understand? He had a video breaking down Deuteronomy
The circumcision. They'll train them how to do the baby circumcision.
Oh, no.
Got them all stopping out when they're doing the baby circumcision.
You know what they do? What they
Right, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh boy.
Talking about this tradition and all that. It ain't my tradition.
Sonetta got a video.
You ain't see the video with Sonetta had Zariak and the one Jay.
You need to do some push-ups.
Yeah, I seen that
Man,
dude,
you ain't
man.
see that
That
video?
dude weird, man.
It was some brother say, talk about being a Jew. Anybody could be a Jew. You can convert.
I ain't
Look,
see
man,
that, man.
and they got to going in on the Jewish circumcision, how they be chewing the foreskin off of the babies and all that. Hey, this dude, man, this dude's so gone. He talk about it. That's tradition. That's what I'm gonna do. He asked me like, you gonna chew the skin off your?
He said, would you give your son to the rabbi?
Oh man, you gonna let him chew the skin off your son?
Hey, that was a good one with Zariak. Zariak, my man was talking.
Yeah, you saw that one?
Yeah, that's
That was a good one.
Man, this hey, hey, Jake done, man.
That was crazy, wasn't it?
He done out here,
He was
man.
super effeminate too.
Man, what?
He done, man.
Weird.
And he from the D, man.
Wow. He ain't from the D then.
Right.
He ain't from the D for real, from the D. He from the.
He from 8
He
miles.
from somewhere else,
6
like
miles, 6 miles,
like the
12
way.
miles or something.
Yeah, he from Fort Huron. That's what he from.
Romulus, son.
That nigga ain't from the D.
Traverse City.
No, he from Ann Arbor.
He crazy, boy.
Man, them boys are that wild.
Hey, D like 2 different cities, man. East side, west side. It's like 2 different cities.
Yeah, that's how Cleveland is.
We call kissing cousins. Detroit and Cleveland.
East side. That's a place you
Chicago
really
too.
don't want to be.
I'm telling you, I used to be in the world, man. I used to be going to all the little all-star weekends, all that kind of stuff. Hey, females be like, you either from Cleveland, Detroit, or Chicago.
Or Dayton.
Like, why you say that? She say, cause y'all niggas got mouthpiece for days. Y'all out of everything.
Straight up.
Say, man, I got more conversation than money, man.
Sell them a dream, man.
Sell them a dream.
Sell them a dream.
Sell them a dream.
Yeah.
It's funny because I told
Lead a dream too.
and that's real because I told I was one time I was with my dude and I told him I said you just met her. He was like, yeah, I've been kicking it with her for about 2 to 3 months. I said, let me sit with her for a minute. He was like, we was over his crib drinking in DC. He from DC. He was like, you know what, man, go ahead, man. You know what I mean? So I went in there and chopped it up with her for about like 25 minutes. She went back in the kitchen and said, I'm confused. He said, what you talking about? She said, I don't know who I'm supposed to be with. She said, I don't know who I'm supposed to be with. Man, we died laughing on that, man. We died. I told her, I went in the room, I said, listen, you got options, right? I said, you like options? She said, what are you talking about? I said, you like options, right? She was like, yeah. I said, so listen, why you over here? I said, you like my man, you been with him a couple months, all like that, right? So I said, you like options? I said, but do you like options? That's I kept pushing this options. Do you like options? Because she finally caught on what I was saying. We sitting there, you know what I mean? I went off to a whole spill with her, man. She got up, walked in the kitchen, said, I'm confused. She said, I'm confused. Oh man, that's funny. Man. We laughed about that, man. Still to this day, sometimes we think back on that. Yeah, man. Brothers in Cleveland, and we always, because Cleveland is like turned into some like cats got off into that pimping heavy, and Detroit was strong on that. You know what I mean? So we would always go back and forth with one another about that, man, all the time, man. That was, then, you know, but during them times, man, in the streets, everybody was doing good, man, all across, you know what I mean, 80s, late 80s to early 90s.
Chambers family.
Man, listen, man. You talking about, you know what I'm saying? So we made it through an era, you know what I'm saying? To where though, if you at this age, you shouldn't be doing nothing but serving the Most High. You know what I'm saying? If you've been somebody that's out there and you can reflect back through your life and see the areas where you know you could have caught a mean L. You know what I'm saying? And you didn't, or some brothers who did, and even if you did sit down for 3 to 5 or whatever the case, or longer, and you came up out of there. You know what I mean? You still could have been messed up. You see what I'm saying? You still could have been messed up.
Still here right now. Everybody out here took an L.
24 years straight and they out now.
Man, me
We've
too.
been running against the teenagers and did 24 years straight and now they
Yeah, but back then they was giving niggas years for a little less than nothing. Right. You know what I mean? They really was popping you then, man. They was popping.
You know, a lot of brothers do a big.
Cause cats was eating too good. You know what I mean? Cats was eating too good, man.
From 19 years old, you do 24 years straight.
Wow.
Man, that is crazy.
Your life is gone.
Gone. Man, you like you tell somebody when you behind
They
the
say the golden years. Waking up this far, you know what I mean? Especially the 80s, late 80s, the 90s, and the early 2000s. Because most of us, I don't know about y'all, but most of the people I know either banging, you know what I mean?
Trouble right there, for real.
Right, you know what I'm saying? And killing each other and selling dope.
I'm just gonna keep it
and
real.
if you still alive today and you actually got
80s, baby,
a life, you know what I'm saying, and you found the truth,
83 on up.
you know,
You might just be a part of that 1/3.
80s,
You know what I'm saying? You
80s
really
babies. 80s babies are the last of the real. I'm just gonna keep it real. We the last. We the last of the real.
That's real.
All the time.
We are, one of us that was born in the 80s is the last of the real.
Late 90s. Early 90s, we was still good. Got soft boy, y'all got soft. Early 90s, we was still good. You put your Pampers on, y'all put your Pampers on in the 90s.
No, the 90s babies started that crap.
You talking about the late 90s. Early 90s, we was still good.
That's what we did.
Hey, on the real.
We used to get like real serious, like, you know what I'm saying?
Hold on, now y'all gotta look at it now.
That's why I got cheese. That's gonna be one of my online cheese I got. I survived the 80s era. That's what I'm trying to say. I survived the 80s era. You ain't even gotta say nothing after that, because those that know, they don't understand.
everybody was about your word, was about what you say, stood on what you believe. It wasn't no fake.
Because niggas was getting money together, and if you was part of the clique and you thought that niggas come to your crib and beat your ass, nigga, if you slipped up any kind of way and messed up the bread, you was a rap. Niggas would give you a harsh one. I remember
Pumpkin heads was like giving out money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that'll put you right. So then the next time we don't have to worry about you. You know what I mean? But everybody else see that example. You know what I'm saying? But now you put somebody on the wall, I ain't accepting that. What are you gonna take this ass whooping then? You know what I mean? But now, I ain't gonna take nobody's ass whooping. Now you got brothers want to kill each other.
That's why niggas
You know what I mean?
snitching,
I was
they
trying to
do all
correct
this
you,
stuff now,
but
yeah.
now you want me to put you in the grave.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's how people feel now. You know,
What you
now
say
you
your
got
brothers
these
are? You was a
faggots
what? You was a
fighting.
what?
You know what I'm saying?
What was you?
Ain't nobody
What was you in the
accepting
80s?
anything.
Right. It was far as the streets. I was a mafia in St. Vice Lord, man. I watched 60 of my homies get indicted by the feds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Most High spared me, man.
Hallelujah.
But hey, I ain't take heed though. Cause about 3 years later, I wound up getting indicted myself on the state level. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still watching my cats pour out the feds now. I got a homie down in the Tampa area. You know what I'm saying? He did a good 15 down there. I still got cats down there now, man. I just think the Most High.
Most High to work. Most High work though.
Yeah.
I got an
You
uncle
pull them out of from everywhere.
I tell you this. I tell you the wickedness that I grew up around. Bishop Don Juan, I grew up under that cat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Before Snoop knew that cat, I grew up under him. That cat got a faggot son in my family. By my mother's auntie, my great auntie. That's how deep it goes back into my walk knowing who that cat is. But cats like him, I ain't never had no love for cats like that.
I can tell you, Shot Town.
Yeah, I never respected no cat like that. Just because I had sisters, you know what I'm saying? That's just me. You know what I mean? Seen a lot, man. Seen a lot.
Especially Chicago. Caprini Greens and all that.
Projects, all that, man.
And I went to Cabrini Greens with this dude that came to Cleveland. I don't even know who this brother. He was from Chicago. He was getting moving money up there. He came to Cleveland and wanted me to connect him with Busy Bone. This was Busy Bone had flipped. This nigga was walking on the highway with no shoes on. He tried to walk from Cleveland to Columbus. You know what I'm saying? So he came to the Mirage. You know what I'm saying? At this time, we was holding it down. He came in there, man. Nigga had no shoes on. Dude still went to the studio with him. So when I came to Chicago, I connected up with him. I went to Cabrini Green. Nigga, we went inside of the projects and went up in the projects. Now I'm sitting up in the, but it wasn't no doors on it. It wasn't no doors, and they in there cooking up dope. It wasn't no doors in the apartment.
Ain't no cops coming in there.
No doors. It wasn't no doors in there. I'm not talking about getting in the building. I'm talking about in the apartment. When we walked in, it wasn't no door.
Ain't no cops
Coming into the hallway,
Ain't nobody getting through them hallways.
and they in there cooking up dope.
If you're not from there,
So I'm sitting in there by myself now. You know what I'm saying? You know, now it's niggas in there, nines out, guns all over the place, and I'm with him. So you know yeah man, you know he talking, you know, yeah. So you know we gonna do this, you know. So he doing this thing. Let me go back here in the back. Now I'm sitting up in the front with these, and they all looking at me. So you know I'm like, you know what I'm saying now. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna show no type of weakness. That ain't about to go down, you know what I mean? So, you know, I'm just sitting there looking at you, you know, like, you know, you're sitting there like, so they like, yeah, so what's that? I'm like, well, you're from Cleveland. You know what I mean? So I know, and myself, like, I'm sitting there looking like, okay. I'm like, no.
no man's land.
Let me, yeah, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna take this bottle right here. You know, it became a movie at that point for me, because I'm like, I gotta get up out of here. If one of these cats start acting stupid, then I'm gonna have to get up out of here. But I'm thinking, but all at the same time, like, man, Lord, man, you gotta get me up out of here. Like, for real. Like, these niggas in here on some whole other, you know what I mean? They ain't got no, they don't care about nothing. You know what I mean? Like, you, the police, and it could come up in there in a minute, and y'all got assault rifles, everything out on the table. Y'all here cooking up dope. Yeah, like I'm just sitting there like, my heart was like, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get up out of here though. And then when I got up out of there, and we left, I said, man, don't ever take me back. Don't ever take me like that over there no more. Let me know, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't just, you know what I mean? Don't do that, because you put me in a situation riding with you, and I'm trying to look out for you. But I don't know these. I said, I don't know them niggas, man. They ain't even got nothing to do with being soft and everybody doing with smarts. Right. You know what I mean? Like, don't put me in them type of situations, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm up here on you. You know, because that was my first time being in Chicago. Right. I never was going up into Chicago. Never. Not that I was. I ain't know nobody up there. Wasn't no reason for me to go to Chicago. I never messed with Chicago.
Hey, what the scriptures say, be wise as a serpent. It's wise not to go in certain places.
Right. Back then, you ain't have whoever you hanging with. That's your boy. Regardless.
Exactly.
Then I went up there with
and bring them up to speed.
Yeah, you know.
Gotta bring them up to speed to know what he's dealing with. He gonna get himself killed and you.
I went up there with Good Gang.
Oh yeah.
You know, Pimp Good Gang. He catting all of the rappers' videos. Welcome to Atlanta. Yeah. Right. He had the strong Pimp Good Gang. Yeah. Went up there with him, man, and took him. But everywhere I went with him, he had me on point. He definitely had me on point. This is when we was up there.
Okay. What's up?
Oh, Good Gang. Yep.
We're in the studio in New York. Same studio Pac that I shot at.
Right. Quad Studio.
Yep.
Good game.
This nigga got caught up now. He got hit for pimping and pampering. He got 15 years because he was with a chick that was his his thing, but she was with a young girl, and they went across state lines, but she wasn't with him. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And then they hemmed him up like that. Put him in there. Now
they call it now sex trafficking now.
Yeah.
They don't even call it pimping no more, and they make it.
He down.
They throwing like yeah. They throwing 50 years at niggas for pimping.
Multiplication.
Yeah.
White slavery.
White slavery. They hate that shit. He was running the escort, man. Had white girls, man. They got him up for white slavery.
But hold on. My man over there in Vegas been doing that shit for years.
But in Vegas, you got spots that is legal.
The bunny rabbit.
Yeah,
he been doing this for years. So,
because a white man do it.
Man.
Right,
but
man.
the brothers do it, and they call it. They don't call it pimping no more. They call it sex trafficking. And they give niggas like in some cases they give them like 100 years, man.
Yeah.
Right. Sex trafficking now.
Nah, since y'all saying that, that's like it's a two-way. Just like with the thing, like that crazy Edomite just died last week, Hugh Hefner. Oh yeah. Nah, everybody praise Hugh Hefner. R. Kelly did the same thing, and you see they dragging him through.
Right.
And Bill Cosby.
And Bill Cosby, they did the same thing.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Dragging up
the
through
bunny
the mud.
rap.
But here's the thing: you had black people all on Facebook. Rest in peace, Hugh Hefner.
Right. Cool
And
enough,
black women
Right.
too. And black women too.
Right.
Yeah, black women too. A lot of black women was
Crazy,
rest
wasn't
in peace. So you gonna say that about him,
White man's bed
but you talk shit about Bishop Don Juan and
Right.
brothers that's pimping. But you gonna be you all good with him. Why? Because he take women.
Not saying that any of it is good.
Yeah, and they not that.
But the fact
it
is,
just shows the reverse psychology of
gotta
that's
put it
used
on
on
there.
our people, how we be sick, man.
That's
with
that
certain
Caesar
stuff,
Borgia, man. That's that
Right.
He the biggest pimp.
That's Caesar.
Caesar boys.
He the biggest pimp.
Yeah, I know a dude. They gave him like 70 years, man. For pimping. Yeah, but they don't call it pimp. They call it sex trafficking now.
Who that?
And if you a pimp, and if you take your girl's money, and she tell the authorities, they'll get you for that. Just for taking her money, they'll charge you with sex trafficking.
But that's like the
and
dope game
exploitation.
too, though. You know what I'm saying? You got
Hey, but
rocked up
brothers
stuff.
are getting smart
You
though
got
now.
powder stuff.
Right.
Two different
changing
sentences.
the game a little bit. You know, you got
That's
an
crazy.
account. I got an account. I just have access to all of that.
America.
And you better not touch it. They just keep it in
America,
their
the
mind
home
now,
of the
you know what I'm
brave.
Ain't nothing brave about America.
Niggas.
Land of the thieves.
Niggas brave.
It's just like that cracker just told LeBron and all them last week. Y'all niggas gonna stand for the flag.
Oh, right. Sons of bitches. You call them sons of bitches.
He wouldn't have did nothing but kept chasing some white girls. No, we talking the NBA. On the NBA, they commissioner saying every team gonna stand for the flag.
Every team. Yeah. This is like the NFL. This is the NBA.
Trump ain't got
It's
no power.
less players.
Too much
I
money.
don't know though. I've been seeing a lot of.
Man, he did that shit just to,
Okay,
just to do
what kind of sense does it make? You're not bowing for the flag, but you still showing reverence to it, putting your hand over your heart.
Right, it's a facade.
You
exactly.
taking a knee to
If
the
anything,
flag.
I just turn my, hey dog, you know what I mean? Keep having
I
a
wouldn't even
conversation like,
don't even acknowledge
I ain't even paying attention to that. That's how you show reverence. You know what I mean? That you have total disrespect for it.
Yeah,
They ain't doing. They get on.
One player.
They still praising it.
And
No,
you
no,
can get on
you gotta be like
Nito. You can't.
You gotta be like Marshall Lynch.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. That's
Marshall
actually
Lynch, he
part
just
of
sit on the
you
he
bowing down to it.
He be scratching or just sitting there like this.
Yeah.
He sat down.
He sit down. He say bump.
Yeah, that's actually saying whatever to it. But taking a knee, you bowing down to your idol.
Yeah, you know what I'm
But
saying?
it depends, man. It depends on how you look at it. I just did a class on that on the Shabbat. What's that? What was that? Second Chronicles 7:14. You got your script?
If you humble yourself before you
humble yourself, and that's what some of these players are doing. So now it's causing these white men to burn down their own idols. They burning down the sports team.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So the Most High doing something. Some of these guys about to wake up. Some of these athletes about to come in. You know what I mean? A lot of them is lost, but some
Gotta
of them,
get him. He got
But,
to get
but
him.
still, you got if you're gonna show no reverence to it, don't bow down to it, cause you still praising it. You know what I mean? We're not to bow down to nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So why you bowing down to that man flag and unifying with the heathen?
Right.
Yeah, make no covenant with them.
I talk about that.
You know what I'm saying?
Covenants
I
with
talk about that banging on Esau part 2. I said, you cool to all your Sunday morning coons in your coon churches, in your coon suit and dresses with your coon purses, with your coon hat and shoes with your coon pastor. You cooning for the master. You cooning for disaster. Repent now or die by the wrath of Yahweh. You can laugh at that hour cry because that's where the power lies. And if you selling dope and pimping, you the worst of coons. You be the first consumed when you hear the first kaboom. You the first consumed, you know what I mean?
Right there, boy.
Sunday
That
morning
fire
cool.
right there,
That's right, man. It's Sunday morning
Cool
cool,
rap.
baby.
That cool rap, right?
No, that's that banging on Esau part 2.
Oh, okay.
I said, the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of, from his U.S. government down to his glee clubs. Believe that, man.
And he will show your black ass no love.
No love. That's right, man. Yeah, this whole thing, man, it's you know, I don't think people really understand, man. And you know what I'm saying? They go on my Facebook page. If I do a live, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people come on there, but they just don't get it. They don't understand it. They think it's a cult or this, that, and the third, and they really get caught because when they see me over it, especially back at home where I'm from. So I know a lot of cats, man, and they'll just be like, they be wondering, like, you know, why you doing this? You know what I'm saying? What is this about? But they scared to. I don't even know if it's scared or whatever it is, but they have a they just that when you it's hard to take a man that done been through a lot of
trying to see
things.
if you're real with it.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Before they come out, they watching you to see, is this cat real? 'Cause
Right.
I know him from back in the day, and I know what we used to do, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
So they seeing if you're real, and when they see that realness come through, that's what's going to catch them and bring them back to the Most High.
I thought
You know?
that for a while, but a lot of my homeboys, they just rather stayed away from it because that mean they have to give loyalty to something that they can't see and they can't even fathom that we actually we believe what these scriptures say. You know what I mean? And in that they don't see how you understand something that you read to them and they don't even get it. So they lost, you know what I mean? And they know you would die for them. They know you would kill for them.
Yeah.
But you believing in something I can't see, somebody got to tell me what to do. That's how they're still slaves.
They feel like that book, I don't need that book
Right.
to tell me how to guide my life and this.
Yeah,
and
because
that.
it was a time that I thought like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? It was a time that I thought like that.
But if I tell them, hey G, come on with me, you know what I mean? They'll go wherever I want to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But their heart is not there.
That's that in Romans 11. I just read it. You know what I mean? He put that spirit of slumber on them. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So that ain't with that being on you. It ain't for you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But
it ain't
see,
for you.
We can carry them around as long as we want,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not gonna help the kingdom.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
They
That's
ain't
why I
got the
just,
faith.
hey G,
Yeah.
hey, I gotta go. You know what I'm saying?
I don't
Like
even-
Yahuwah, where he left them how many times? He'd just walk away from him and go pray by himself.
In the mountain.
You know what I mean? He'll walk away and be gone for 3 days. You know what I'm saying? And the rest of them that don't really believe, they'll disperse.
Man, you cannot
You
tell
see
me
what I'm
that's
saying?
not our book.
So,
You can't tell me that.
but the believers will still be right here,
Stuck up.
when it's all finished. When he come back,
Rebellious.
who's supposed to be here is
Man,
right
come
here.
on.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's the same way I look at it at like my homeboys, you know what I'm saying? You know, I can call on them anytime, you know what I mean? And I can say, come on, let's go handle this. They'll be down the ride all day. But I say, okay, I'm finna go pray.
Jeremiah
All right.
4:22.
You know what I mean?
They wise to do evil.
Mm-hmm.
Wise.
Good, they have no knowledge. Bro.
Exactly. You know what I mean? But I see a lot of brothers too carry a lot of those devils into this. You know what I mean? And then they're the ones over here causing strife and
Still,
you know what I mean?
still in them wanna,
yeah, you know, down to fight against their brother, you know what I mean? Like, man, that's my brother.
Right.
Oh, they don't understand what was said, you know what I mean? Or they feeling, man, he ain't saying nothing wrong. We talk like that, you know what I mean? We ain't soft like that, you know what I mean? You know, but he all in his feelings. G, calm down. Oh, you take it, man, G, calm down. You know what I mean?
That shit personal.
Exactly, you know what I mean?
Be a lot of
Put your
emotion.
skirt down, man.
Exactly.
Put your
Soft,
skirt
moist
down
ass
straight
niggas,
up.
man. Niggas be moist.
Right.
Right in the feelings.
Exactly.
Take it that extra mile.
It's like
Right.
when I came in the truth
Moist me.
and I heard them speaking that way, it made me excited.
Oh, yeah.
Because you
know
never
what I'm
heard
saying?
nothing real like this.
I never heard the black man really talk like that.
With that
Seriously.
zeal
You know
on
what I'm saying? Especially to the white boy, to the white man. I was like, that really made me like,
Last
we
time I
ready,
seen
we
brothers stand up like
rising,
that
we ready.
was when I was rocking in the streets.
Yeah,
I was saying
that's
we
the
was
only time.
righteous.
Yeah.
But I'm saying when we stood up and we had to handle that
Oh,
nation
hell yeah.
business,
Right.
you seen the real dudes come out.
Right,
And they
right.
stood up like lions. And then when they started locking everybody away, you see a softer generation coming
Exactly.
up. When I was growing up, I was taught how to be hard.
Exactly.
You know, like, hey, you better put some pep in yourself, put some bounce in that.
Right,
man.
for real.
You know,
we just came out of,
And you stand in one spot.
We just
for
came out
6
the
hours.
60s when they had Black Panthers and Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and all that, right? So we was used to that. We was used to that little buddy. When I came up in the 70s, that camaraderie was there still.
Yeah, I remember
But
that.
then when that
70s and
80s
80s,
came,
growing up,
they put that drugs in the neighborhood, that's when we fell off.
Straight
But
culture
then
That's
shock,
when they got
man.
greedy and
Then the 90s came, then we came like, we harder than that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We ain't going out like that.
We ain't going out like that. And then we
You know,
learning
it was
laws.
a mindset, because you got to remember, the crack epidemic hit real hard in
Oh,
the
yeah,
80s. So when we was coming up,
money,
a lot of us took vows like we were not going to be like that.
Right.
You know, but at the same time, we still kept falling off into different sorts of madness, still leading to the same spot.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
I mean, that's our dang old book, bro.
That's
our book.
But the Most High is good because at the end of all of this, man, he bringing back a remnant, man. He bringing us back.
Right.
After all they threw at us, crack, the drug game, the pimp game.
Just to have the love still there
Under the sail.
between us.
Throwing us under the jails, man.
Yeah.
Still bounce back.
It's still coming back around, man.
Yeah.
Just for us to see what other people can't see. You know what I'm saying? For other people that's us that can't see it.
Now we getting ready to see their kingdom fall. Like we actually witnessing
Yeah.
America's downfall. Like we seeing this every day,
All
man.
praises.
All praise to the Most High, man. Like
Hallelujah.
Can you hurry up?
these are days we've been waiting for, man. We've been prophesying, preaching about this stuff, and now it's actually happening.
Actually happened, bro.
I be feeling like Samson, like, man, what they do to me, I'm going to do
And
to
if you
them.
can't see it,
You know what I mean? Why we wait? You know what I'm saying?
you can't see
He
it.
gave
Why
us
you
the
can't see
strength.
this?
Let us do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I bet you Esau will slow his ass down if we actually start smacking back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's coming, man.
But you know what
Especially,
it is?
think
that
about it.
sword too.
Right,
Somebody
a
just-
brother, like I was just saying, a brother in our camp, he just shot an Edomite yesterday, man. And what? He blew Edomite's nuts off, man.
Hallelujah.
Brother Yashua in our camp, man. Yo, he was chilling in the park at night with his son,
That's that anger in you,
and
boy.
some white boy come up to them, start calling them nigga, nigga, and they like, yo, you better get up out of here with that white boy.
Right.
And this guy, he had a backpack on, and he kept reaching. So our brother Eliyahu, man, he always strapped. He don't, just like Arim, you know what I'm saying? He strapped, you know what I'm saying? We roll. But so this guy, he goes and attacks Eliyahu's son. So Eliyahu pulled a gun out, man. He aimed for his head, but he lost his balance, he said. So he lost his balance, and when he shot him in his nuts, man. Blew his nuts off, man. Clean off, man.
That's God, right there. No more babies for your blood money. You gonna get our sister pregnant
This
no more.
was yesterday. I kid you not, man. Yesterday, 20 cop cars showed up, put the cuffs on him, put the bracelets on him, question him and all that. They take that white boy to the hospital. The doctor says he's got meth all in his blood. So he's high on meth and all that. And his story checked out. He came and attacked them first. They were standing near ground. Cops let him go. He walked.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
It's in the news and all that. It's in the news and all that. But the brother got off. He shot him 3 times. He blew his nuts off. He got 1 in the liver and 1 in the thigh. And he might have to amputate the guy's thigh.
Man,
that's what every day.
You should have never messed with my son.
Worse. That's worse than a headshot, man.
Family is the worst thing you can mess with. Family.
Not even the head.
Right.
You gotta live like
You
that.
know, they let him go. The Most High was with him, cause so it's turning back around, man.
Amen.
We about to see it.
Amen.
You just gotta hold fast.
I hear a lot of people saying, waiting on the, Yahuwah to come.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I read it, they say, do unto them, they do unto you.
Right.
So why are you letting them punk you around?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It ain't going down. They think it's gonna go down like it did back in slavery days. It ain't, happening no more. Hell no, man. It ain't going down like that no more.
Hallelujah.
We ain't going out like that. We ain't going out like that.
I'm gonna tell y'all a vision that I shared with Jediah a couple of months back. I had a dream that all hell broke loose.
Not hell.
Yeah, all hell broke loose. And so they were rounding everybody up. And so I had my daughter and we were going to Mount Avalanche. And they caught us and they put me and my daughter in the concentration camp.
They was going what?
They were rounding up all the Hebrews.
And what?
Putting us in FEMA trucks.
You was going in your ambulance.
Yeah, I'm going to my Avalanche. I got Avalanche.
Yeah,
I got a truck.
I just wanted to hear that. Ambulance.
Right by you, going by your phone. You see?
Ambulance.
Oh, you said or you just wanted to hear
Avalanche.
You know what he said.
I just wanted to hear him say ambulance.
No, he said avalanche.
He said avalanche.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. He said ambulance.
So when they got us and they put us all in the FEMA trucks and they took us to the thing and they were like, "You gonna take this chip?" And I said, "No." Okay. And they beat my ass. And then while they beat my ass, they had my daughter and she was running to me. And they caught her and they grabbed her and they like pushed her eyes in. And my daughter ain't number 5 years old. And I fell on my God, I said, "Father, help me." And right then I got the strength of Yashua and killed all them bastards. Yeah, and ran up out. And when I woke up, I was running like I had the speed of the Flash. Because I killed all of them and ran out.
Right.
Yep.
They won't even be coming to my house. Straight up.
Oh, they caught us leaving.
Oh yeah.
I had a dream. I had a dream of a glorified body. You know what I'm saying? And in the glorified body, I remember I was in the sky, and I looked at my arm, and I saw veins in my arm, but instead of blood, it was light. Yeah, it was like light flowing through the body instead of blood. And I remember having power, and I remember thinking in the dream, like it was so much power, but all the power you had, you only wanted to use it to serve the Most High with. You didn't want to do anything for your own self with the power. And it was like, it was no blood, it was light. It was light flowing. I remember that dream. I've had several dreams like that. I don't even talk about that kind of stuff very much, but yeah.
And when we get our new body though, that's gonna be the time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's I hope, man. I just hope I could get it.
I pray I can make it.
The only reason why he didn't give the power, some of the power yet, is because when power comes, then come persecution. You know, when the saints was raising the dead in the Messiah name and all that, that's when Rome came down and they start trying to kill. You know what I'm saying? So he's just trying to get the men.
But it is here.
It's here.
I mean, they literally, you sitting in your car, you say you got a gun, and you ain't even reaching for it, and they blow your head off.
And they right.
It's here. And the time is here. And they already know most of us is gonna fight. So you ain't gonna put me in bondage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You ain't gonna put me in bondage. So a lot of us like this, that speak like this, they wanna shoot you if they think you that threat.
Get your cup. I'm gonna grab a cup, man.
That's about it.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah,
it's all good.
Well, I may be able to squeeze y'all two up out of here.
What's that, Go Barrel? My wife like that, man.
You bought this out. Where you going, man? You turning it in?
Finished. Finished.
Drink out the bottle, man. You wasn't there, you mentioned gonna take that out the bottle.
Everybody got a cup.
To the Brotherhood, man.
That's right.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Kwame Yashua Allah.
Kwame Yashua Allah.
Allah.
All praise, man. That's me.
What a great
I
feeling.
was just thinking about what you were saying. Like you like homeboys and partners, man. It's like they know who you are, but then they looking at you like, what are you doing?
Oh yeah, I get that all the time.
My partner's
Straight
like,
up.
what are you doing, man? Like,
Like, who got that strong drink?
I eat that book.
what happened? Like, what are you
Down
doing?
there in the cap, down
Yeah,
there.
it's some
Yeah.
pinnacle in
Yeah,
there.
they
Mix
say it all the
with some,
time, like,
orange
man,
juice. I got
G,
it out here.
man, you need to come on back out here, folks. Man, G. Like, man, I ain't trying to hear all that. Live or love.
You see on my posts I be posting on Facebook, you see them cats that I be posting, you be saying stuff. All the time, man.
Man, yo partners though, man.
They be going in
They
on
like disrespectful.
Hey, man,
Hey,
you want some entertainment, you gotta go to Nawa
That's
Pimp.
why I scout his page, man. That's why I'm saying.
we ain't friends. We ain't friends. That's just Facebook. I told you, I don't hang around. I don't hang around these cats. I don't hang around these cats.
got rid of
Doing that junk on Facebook. I know them. We used to dabble. You know what I'm saying? But we don't hang around each other. This is Facebook,
man. They be on. Hey,
I don't be caring.
That's entertaining. I'm like,
I don't be caring about this.
Crazy.
I'm gonna tell you now.
Crazy,
Hey, look,
Yo.
I get salty.
I know y'all do.
They be saying to me,
Him?
man.
One day.
It
Oh
make
man,
me
hold on.
I just stay off your
One
page,
day him?
I'm telling niggas,
Him?
nigga, I'll come where you at.
Oh man.
I mean, I be telling niggas like, listen, man, listen.
He was really mad one time.
I'm not all the way there.
I
I
got it.
I be like, I be dead that serious though. Listen, man, like
I say that
I'll pray
too.
for that for the Most High give. I said, but I ain't all the way there, man. Don't play with me like that. I'm telling you, like, don't play with me like that, man. Don't get this confused that you think brother in the truth, so he gonna stand on these law, everything. Oh, I'm gonna treat you like a brother and all that's fine, but don't push me over in another lane, man,
Right.
because I ain't all the way there like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Leave me alone, man. Let me do me, man.
They just be bullshit. They be playing. They know where I'm at. They know.
I got to get.
But they just do that to antagonize. You know what I'm saying? They do
Yeah,
that
but
to
don't even
antagonize.
play with me on mine. Don't even play with me like that.
I be like, that's why I tell her. You know what I'm saying? I already know he gonna get you. We gonna go there anyway. I told her, don't even come to my post, man. Let's go. Like, you already know how you gonna get. You gonna get like that.
Yeah, my homeboys don't rock like
You
that
don't
though.
write nothing, you don't take pictures, you don't do it. So
Right.
that was never. I didn't understand people get it, man. I log. Hey, tell them y'all be like, "What's up? You good?" I'm like, "Yeah." Why? Man, I ain't seen you on there, man. Man, that's not me, man. I don't. It's too.
It ain't
It's
just.
fake
It wasn't
book,
just that
man.
though. It was the fact
It's
that
fake book, man.
he wasn't in there.
I'm
I
just
leave
telling
it
him,
to the
man,
individual.
sometimes you gotta just spiritually detox from that shit, man. 'cause
Yeah, man.
You
I
get caught up
checks
in that
out,
shit, gonna hit your spirit, and it's gonna be like,
Because
oh
it be so
yeah.
much foolishness.
Man, you
on
get
there.
too caught up. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the Matrix, man.
Yeah.
You get too caught up in that, man. You know?
You can't take.
You talk about
You can't take things serious though. You know what I'm saying? You gotta.
You talk about a dark time, like in Wisdom of Solomon, the 17th chapter, when he talk about you watch them movies, man, where a spirit will be right here, walking behind you, and you don't even know. You feel the presence of it, but you can't see it. When it's going there, said, for great in our judgment, and cannot be expressed. Therefore, unnurtured souls have erred. For when unrighteous men thought to oppress the holy nation, they being shut up in their houses, this was going to be happening to them. You know what I'm saying? The prisoners of darkness and fettered with bonds of a long night lay their exile from their external providence. For while they supposed to lie hid in their secret sins, they were scattered under a dark veil of forgetfulness, being horribly astonished and troubled with strange apparitions. The Most High gonna get them. Look. For neither might the corner that held them to keep them from fear, but noses as of waters falling down sounded about them. So they walking like out in the dark, they hearing all this, and sad visions appeared unto them with heavy countenance. You know what I'm saying? No power of the fire might give them light, neither could the bright flames of the stars endure the light in that horrible night. And only there appeared unto them a fire kindled of itself, very dreadful. For being much terrified, they thought the things which they saw to be worse than the sight that they saw not.
What's that?
Look, as for illusions of art magic,
Is that 19?
they were put down, and their vaunting in wisdom had reproved with disgrace. For they that promised to drive away terrors and troubles from a sick soul were sick themselves of fear, worthy to be laughed at. Like for though no terrible thing did fear them, yet being scared with beasts that passed by and hissing of serpents. You know what I mean? Like you talking about? You know what I'm saying? They died for fear.
Right.
They died
And that
for
was in the
fear,
darkness, right?
denying that they saw the air, which could of no side be avoided. For wickedness condemned by their own witness is very timorous, and being pressed with conscience always forecast grievous things, for fear is nothing else but a betraying of the succors which reason off. They go into this, man, talk about how they gonna be done it, were partly vexed with monstrous apparitions. That's like you walking in.
Demons.
Like movie. You know what I'm saying? Shit just running by.
Real.
You know what I mean? Like,
You know what? They play that out in movies.
They play it out in movies.
They do. Yeah. They play that shit out in movies.
Right.
Wisdom of Solomon.
They know every, see, that's what
They know the
they
Bible.
everything. They
Yeah, they
tell
know
you everything that's
They
gonna
tell you
happen.
every,
They got
they
a
tell
movie
you
right now coming out.
everything that's in that dang on Bible.
They got a movie coming out this week or next week about we can control the weather.
Oh yeah,
No.
Geo something, yeah.
Yeah, Geostorm.
Oh,
That
Geostorm.
just came out. CIA.
Oh yeah.
How they tell you it's straight. We put these drugs in your neighborhood. Now what y'all gonna do?
But the movie they
Y'all ain't gonna do
It's a
nothing.
movie with Rick Ross too, though.
yeah, they got a movie called Great State. Have y'all ever heard of it?
Great State? No, I ain't.
Great State. It talks about when all hell breaks loose and everybody and those Russian and all those troops come over here and start racking up the Hebrews. They do not want to let out. It's called Great State.
You know what's a good movie? You probably watched it. That X-Men Armageddon.
Oh
At the
yeah.
end? Oh yeah.
That whole
Yeah,
the whole movie.
I never watched all
let
of
you
it.
know
They done said the whole thing.
exactly.
And you can see
What's
all
up
these
about
little
that?
signs like the Starbucks sign, all of it at the
But
end. They
then,
going through
then what they
everything.
did though, he mocked the
Illuminati
Most High
signs, all
by
that
saying
shit
his
is at the
name.
end of the movie.
He said they
They
call
show
him
all these signs.
Yahweh.
It's like, damn, they be
Yeah,
really
when he mocked the Most
putting this
High.
shit out here like, hey, you let y'all niggas know exactly what's going on.
He mocked the
Trying
Most
to tell
High.
you, y'all need to watch that.
And they got
They letting you know exactly
All that shit.
what's about to happen.
And then another thing, a lot of people don't know that the X-Men is made off of us.
Exactly.
Because Professor X is Martin Luther King, and the other one is Malcolm X.
Was he just talking about how we're gonna have these spiritual powers? Right. That's what we're gonna be.
Yeah,
Just like
Magneto.
That's where
that's how we gonna be.
No,
That's-
because you got to look at all that superheroes. Everybody knows Judah was strong. Judah was the original Incredible Hulk. Natalie was the Flash.
We out here.
Simeon was
Outta here.
was like Batman.
I know money on everything.
Everybody, they know who we
Planet
are.
of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes, yeah, that shows the rise of us. Yep.
The strength in the apes.
Yep.
And how they can just take you and just bash you. You know what I'm saying?
And what the scripture say, blessed is the one that'll bash his head.
Right. Against the stone.
Exactly.
So,
So they let you know.
see, like this right here, like we can have some Edomite
It's a
babies
shame that
right
we
now.
can't-
Bounce.
The Most High has blinded us so bad, man, that we don't see these things. You know what I'm saying? When you come in the truth, you see all of
You
it.
see all of it.
But it's just these cats that's out here that's, lift the weights, they strong, you know what I'm saying? These brothers, they don't see none of that. They want to date the white woman and, be with the white people and all that. I mean, it's like, my goodness, brother, you don't see this, man?
What's wrong with you?
We tell our people, hey man, we Israel. We
man, I ain't all that racist.
I tell
y'all that racist. Y'all racist, man.
I break it down to some
Lord don't do that, man. He love everybody. Man, what are you talking about?
Where you read that?
I say, wait,
we supposed to be trying to bond together.
Where you read that at?
I say on the scripture say
that's
my. The Most High on the other seed of Adam, they're like spit to him.
Right.
Only Israel have our love.
Yeah. Right.
And I say then when you go to Deuteronomy chapter 7, I say look at it. I say if you look at our people, ain't we the best at everything, good or bad?
Right.
Good or bad, no one can touch us.
Even bad, they want to be like us.
Our people hate that book. That's our problem. They hate that.
They hate it.
They hate
the Most High man.
They don't believe in God. None of that. They don't.
You can tell them.
You
know what? You can tell them songs. You can tell them they all they the top people. As soon as you say you gotta look at that white man, that's a man. Nah, I ain't with that. I ain't with that.
I'm a king. I gotta let go.
I gotta let go of our emotions. They don't want to read.
I ain't no king. Right. Exactly.
The commandments all day long.
Exactly. You do whatever you want when you get back here.
Why we don't go to the church?
There's rules to this thing.
What kills me is they be like, they say why would the Most High
need somebody's order? They hate order. They hate that.
And another thing, you know what they
That's
hate?
what you're supposed to do. That's the church.
We always lift up the name of the Most High, and they want to lift up their own name. So when you come into this truth, you can't just lift yourself up. Right. You gotta lift up the name of Hamashiach, the Messiah. You know what I'm saying? And
that's the best way to hit them.
And the white man.
Like I hit a friend of mine. When they like, you don't go to church no more. Why you don't go to church no more?
The black man
go to book of Exodus.
We used to love each other, man. We used to love
Exodus
each
20.
other all day long.
I say read the fourth commandment.
Back in the 60s and 50s.
I said what the fourth commandment say?
Look at Black Wall Street.
Remember the Shabbat day and keep it
That
holy.
let you know. That let you
I
know.
said Shabbat day is not Sunday.
We used to love each other.
Right.
Yeah.
We used to take care of each other. Look, brother, I got you.
How you know that? I say,
now
just
all of
because
a
we was
sudden,
raised a certain way.
white man has
Don't when you
switched
get a certain
all that
age,
up,
shouldn't you be able to question what you've been taught?
Exalting the black
If it's the
woman,
truth, it can be
you know
able to
what I'm
stand
saying?
in
Taking
investigation.
the black man and putting him down here, making it look like he ain't jack. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And he started that in the 60s, man.
Yep.
Seriously.
You
Started
And that's when they broke the
That's when
families.
I'm like, man, God,
That's when they
you
broke the
can't
families,
question
you know?
Because you supposed to question.
You
That's
can't
how
see this,
defend
brother.
yourself. You
I be
supposed
trying-
to question.
All right,
Come here, man. Bring your ass.
Read the book.
You can't see it.
That's what makes you read.
You know what I'm saying? You can't see that.
You don't have answers unless
It's
you
just,
ask questions.
it's amazing, man. It's like, thank you, Father, for waking me up, man. It's like, I see everything now.
Yep.
I see it all. No matter what people do, I see it.
My awakening
Man, you
came.
wicked as hell, brother. You know what I'm saying? I ain't with that no more. You know what I mean?
My awakening came sort of like off balance. Like back in 2009, I was driving for Swift then, and I was training this guy. He was from New York. He always tell me about Nostrand Ave and all this right here. So he was telling me about Tex Mars and all that. I'm like, so he had me look at some of the books, and then like he said, "Don't you know we real Hebrews?" I'm like, I say, ain't that some crackers that's over there in Israel? And so he said, "No, we are." So I looked at him like, "Yeah, okay." Fast forward.
That's how we
Yeah, so fast forward 5 years later, late 2014, I was training this other guy.
Hold on, let me just say this. He planted the seed.
Yeah, he planted the seed.
That goddamn seed.
That's right.
Yeah, he planted the seed. So fast forward years later, there's another guy I'm training, and he used to watch GMS videos. So we went from watching GMS videos to started watching Rakar. So yeah, so when we watch Rakar video,
They go in. I don't like the niggas, but they go in. They be off sometimes.
So-
Man. Damn it.
so we watch.
They don't be playing.
So we watch Rakar
I
video.
watch some of these stuff,
Yeah,
man.
man.
So we watched Rakar video, and this one video popped up. It said the name of the Most High, and so he said his name is Ahaya. So while we doing that, we strolling, and I came across this guy named Jediah Malek. So I watched the video, and I saw the zeal on Jediah. I said, "Now that brother right there speaking some real shit." So while we watching that, he came up on the nigger one. So I started watching both of their videos. So I started watching both of their videos, and I'm like, they got a truth to it. And
Niggas
so,
with books. I love
and so,
Oh, niggas with Bibles.
niggas with books. So fast forward a couple months later.
Oh man.
These Edomites went to attacking my brother.
Hey, that was a good one, man. That was a good one right there.
You know how the Christians came over to that Christians came over to that video. Niggas in the Bible? Man.
Hatting all this time.
People had a good man. So when I fast forward later, when the Edomites was attacking my brothers, I sent them an email, and we went to chopping it up since then.
Yeah, man.
It's been good.
Ever since then.
Ever since then.
That's beautiful.
So I can still see.
Most High, man, he knows, man. Most High, man, man, we got a power that stuff.
Yeah, it's a power.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
He's just like only 1/3 of us can do what we're doing now.
Nobody can take
You
you
should have saw your face.
out of that element that we've been in and then bring us. Look where we at right now.
Yeah, man.
And the crazy
Look where we at, bro.
you didn't change.
That's just crazy.
You changed the way you thought, but you didn't change who you
You a hood nigga, and you been doing this all your life, and then all of a sudden we right here right now.
When I disciplined
That's
my
crazy.
sons, when I was disciplining my sons, when they was coming up and trying to teach them right and wrong and how to survive through the streets, because I kept trying to keep them out of the streets, but they kept running in. As the years went on, and I came into the truth, and I started reading the scriptures and started seeing that some of the same things I was imparting in them. Didn't even know I knew it was in the Bible. Didn't even know. Didn't even know it. Didn't even know it.
Exactly. I was living by it,
Right.
but didn't even know.
It even conflicts me in my rib head. Come back years later, back to the scriptures. Turn around and get one of those.
Come back there.
Light skin, the dark skin. Look at us right now.
Together like this.
You got light skin, you got dark skin, you got old, you got young, you got niggas that was hood, you got niggas that wasn't hood, you got niggas with money, you got money.
He said his people like a speckled bird.
Speckled bird.
Yeah, when you Google a picture of speckled bird, you're gonna see light brown, dark brown. You see all that inside of one bird. You see all the colors that.
That's amazing. That's amazing, man. It's amazing where we at right now.
Hallelujah.
Google it. You know,
Just wait till
bird,
we actually start doing what we're supposed to do.
But the people just don't
light
realize
brown, dark brown, and black.
we are not numbered because they say Israel will be as on the sands of the sea. So how can you number that number?
That's right.
Yeah, but just imagine us that's walking in the truth, marching down the street saying,
That's like one of
"Close
them.
your store."
Just imagine.
Why is this store still open? This is the Sabbath. If you don't shut it down, I'm about to shut it down. It ain't gonna never open again.
Right.
But we ain't doing that. What we doing is giving you options, playing the white man's game. We ain't saying shut that store down, or I'm shutting it down.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, them days coming soon.
Well, that day's supposed to be.
Them days coming.
Like when Yashua went in the temple.
Amen.
He turned
Amen. He said enough. What are y'all doing? Y'all giving fleas and all these bad.
Just like he brought out. Just like he brought out earlier.
But it may end up happening.
Do something on the Sabbath day. I'm gonna whoop Nehemiah. I'm gonna whoop your I'm gonna slap the snot nose out of you. We ain't finna do nothing on Sabbath day. Not one thing.
Trust me, that's all I want to do is cheat you.
Oh, real. Bring me that mess. We ain't selling, we ain't buying, we ain't doing none of that.
Exactly.
None of that stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Scripture say, love your brother as you love yourself.
Amen.
You gotta rebuke. You gotta rebuke. And brother gotta start standing up and love. Like, hey man, you need to be hitting the street. You need to get tight. We need to be hitting the street together. You sitting here behind a keyboard, think you doing something, man. It's not cool.
See, a lot of
You
us
gotta start being real men. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but you do your keyboard, you do the street, or better yet, right now I'm working this keyboard. Help me out with this keyboard. Then we go out here hit this block. But let's stop going out there where the white man is and go to the hood.
If you catch any of the teachers that I've done over the last couple of years, you'll never catch me down. I only teach in the hood.
That's right.
I teach right where the murder and mayhem. I teach right there in the hood on the block.
I was telling bro,
That's what I do.
It depends. Let me just say this
until I
though.
start calling myself.
Let me say this though.
And
It
then
depends on where you live at. Because downtown, You got some of the most hoodest niggas in New York.
Yeah. Well, that's
I'm gonna tell you that. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm talking about
California. Yeah,
it's
right.
Where the people
right,
is,
right,
that's
right,
where you're supposed to be.
Right.
And when we say the people, we saying our people.
Like Chicago, he can go to Chicago downtown.
I could.
And
Get it
but
in.
he prefer.
Prefer not
He
to.
prefer.
I ain't got no time to be arguing with no
He
white man.
prefer.
Ain't with no damn devil,
He prefer the hood.
I ain't got time to be arguing with no
If
damn
you look at his
white.
videos,
I ain't got time for it.
niggas in the hood.
I'm right here on the block.
That's where you're supposed to be.
Right.
That's where he at.
Just lock me up then, straight up.
See, like a lot of us, we just like some of us can't preach.
Right.
Like when we did our little street preaching, our security.
Oh yeah, man, you was holding it down, man.
Holding that post down.
I look like a young dog version of Silver Knight in the early days.
Everybody is not going to preach.
Amen. Everybody got different, diverse gifts. You know what I mean? And if everybody rock that gift like they supposed to, we could march down the street and close the store.
Right.
You know what I mean? What you doing, get your kid and get in the house.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, we can actually change our community, but we steadily waiting on the sky to crack and waiting on all this.
Right.
When he told us that we're supposed to be doing this. We're supposed to be
He said the
practicing
kingdom
this.
of heaven is in you.
Exactly.
You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? So
I didn't even get to the scripture.
Amen. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we supposed to be doing it. We talking about it. But how many of us are?
The only thing I've seen that is good sometimes when you do teach and it's Esau is outside is when the Jakes see the power of the word and how you confound him. That's the only advantage I see, you know, that's very powerful to a lot of people to wake up is when they see how you deal with them. They like, wow.
That's still.
Cause we like when we was doing it, we saw all the black people walking by, they just put their hands up like,
no fear.
The white boy, you remember the white boy that pulled? Was you there that time they pulled a knife out on us like that?
No, you know I wasn't there.
Oh yeah.
I was there.
White boy pulled a knife out on us.
Jake see you
right?
showing that they
So I
ain't really
pulled my
got that
knife
power
out.
like that.
I'm like, yo, we not Christians.
They gonna
Okay.
another bullshit.
We're gonna do this in the name of Yashua. You want to do this? We
They
can
think,
do
they think ain't none of these shirts, these garments.
We had two brothers right there. After that day, they never came back. They never came back after that. You remember those two brothers? Did you ever meet them?
No, I never met them, but I
man, they never came
might have
back.
been there to be ugly.
So the white boy pulled a knife out, and I pulled a knife out.
I'm pulling out my
They
40
never came
case.
back.
Waiting for the sky.
I called them brothers, hey, y'all coming out this week? They ain't even answered the phone.
White boys, to me, I feel like
Don't really challenge you.
the biggest problem in Israel is brothers trying to have like.
They pull out. They're like, yo, we gonna come back. We gonna get our biker boys and all that. I'm like, we gonna get brothers in Yahushua's name. Who do you think's gonna win?
We just
Who do you think's gonna win? We coming out in the name of the Most High. If you wanna pull your sword out on me, I'm gonna pull mine out. You think I'm just gonna stand there like Martin Luther King? Nah, that's over.
exactly right.
Right. And they testing to see if we gonna fuck something. You know?
You
wait. The scripture says he's gonna come when he need him
12,
at the
13
most
years
point.
old.
When we're already changing things on this planet, and then now we actually
So I fight so for about good 7 years of my life. That's all I did was fight him. 13, 12 years old.
We did too.
Whooping on
What's going on?
I think everybody has some time.
I didn't want to whoop
Everybody has some time.
I was bringing shame to my people. It was just something within me. I think my mother felt it.
I get it. Yo, because back in the day, man, it used to be like one of us could fight like five.
They show roots. They show roots in school.
Oh
my goodness. It was a rap.
You know what's so funny? They couldn't even fight.
Police gonna be out there, gonna be asking us to leave, man. Right. All them niggas around here, they right there, staying right there.
They done paid their money and now they got the hood come see them out here in the mountains. They hearing us talk.
Some white boys,
They crying, look at their women.
Now one thing us brothers do though,
Sabbath off.
like when all us get together, like how wait till everybody train and start doing defense mechanisms.
Because that's what happened.
Just like when Mahara Khai, he didn't think I could do what I knew.
Right.
I had him put me in a headlock. I said, watch me get out of it. He had it real tight. I showed him why you put your hand like right up there. Oh, yeah. Push that in.
Hit that nerve. Hit that nerve.
Push that nerve in.
Whoa. You got pressure point.
Yeah, I know pressure points. I got a black belt in taekwondo. Looks can be deceiving. Like I tell everybody.
My man.
I think run up on me you want to. I tell him quick. I think, yeah. I think you may see I'm a 6'3", 4+ 100 pounds, but run up on me you want to and think these hands ain't quick. I'll drop you like a bad habit. And then we can continue our conversation.
Big cats is heavy-handed too.
Man, you should have hit the heavy bag in my crib, man. Had that thing rocking, boy, man.
That shit hurt the hell out of you.
Hey, tell him what happened when I hit the
I had the
heavy
heavy
bag.
bag, in my garage or whatever, man. He walked by, just said, wow, just hit that thing one time. I gotta hit it like 3 times to get it to swing like that. He hit that one time, the thing start rocking like that, man.
It was this girl named Una when I was growing up, man. She was
ready.
What was her name?
I wouldn't even been cool.
No, she was cool though, but she was just mad because I used to always tease her. You know what I'm saying? When you young, you always teased and all that.
Keep them on.
Man, she came up.
But see, you gotta understand.
Pow! Hit me all up in here. I had my mark on my face and hands.
You deserve it.
Authority that we really have.
I hit Una.
You know, but
You sound like a
I hit her, man.
wrestler.
I hit her like a man.
you know what I'm saying?
Hey, she
I
deserved
hit her.
You know, it's gonna be
it. She deserved it. She put her
Get
hands
mad,
on
get mad. I don't care. Y'all get mad. I hit her.
That is
it. Ain't nobody
I
gonna
hit
get
her.
mad 'cause she deserved it.
this is
I did, man. And then she just.
He deserved it.
And you know what, man?
He still do it right now.
But you know what, though?
Act like a man, you know
I
what I'm
apologize
saying?
to her.
so then people will be
I apologize to her.
crying and all that other
was that?
stuff. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna need that to
Seen her
deal
on
with these
Facebook.
characters. You know what I'm
Apologize to
saying?
her. She died.
But if you don't have the faith without works is what? Exactly. So what we do?
After I apologized to her, she passed the trial. That was crazy. It was crazy, bro. I was like, yeah, I got a chance to apologize.
Tone for that, baby.
Yeah, seriously, man. 'Cause I was like, I'm so sorry I teased you and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because she was a heavy set, you know what I'm saying? People really didn't, you know, they didn't draw to her well, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It was just,
You was bullied.
yeah, I was a bully. We all was, shit, we was all bullies when we was young.
Not all of us.
A lot of us was bullies. A lot of us was taking bullies. You know what I'm saying?
I was always having to fight with them cats, man.
But we just like to talk about people. That's just us. We just love to talk about people.
Oh yeah.
See,
That gets some
signify.
stuff.
Yeah. We used to talk about people and
Hating my
we
brother.
made her feel bad. You know what I'm saying? And made people laugh about her. I'm just so happy that I had a chance to, say, hey, I'm so sorry. You know what I'm saying?
Stupid.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I was stupid
To
back
atone
then.
for that. To atone for that. You know what I
I
mean?
got a tone, man.
So-
You made it right with her.
Yeah, I did, and I'm glad I did that. I'm glad he gave me the
That's what
opportunity.
this whole season about, atonement and all that. Look at, and this is the 7th month of the whole year of the Hebrew calendar that we in. Now look at all the stuff happening in America during this time of atonement and Israel coming, together and trying to keep these commandments. This is the 7th month, man. And
And this
America's
stuff
falling
happening
apart.
should make you want to atone.
Oh yeah.
He's showing you. He's like, look. See
gonna
these
hold
damn
you one way or another.
hurricanes.
Hey,
I
somebody
got
just did a
this one
video,
and
did the
this one
whole
and this
30
one
days.
coming.
And that was kind of, I watched that video on the last 30 days of August, everything that happened in August.
Oh yeah, I be watching them videos. All
And-
the
and-
natural disasters.
Yeah,
and the
he did
war.
it, but how he did it, it was sweet because he read the scriptures, right, and then he actually went through each day around the world, all this mess that's actually really going on, and I was like, man, that got me excited because that means this month everything the end is coming. Let's get these brothers together and let's go.
Cap.
You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to go.
Last time we was here, it was kind of cold, wasn't it?
When I was up here,
It was kind of chilly out here.
Hey, what to say? You won't know. You don't know what the day is now. You can be in a. I was in New
Kind of
York.
warm out here for.
I was in New York last year. I can show you a picture where it snowed on a Tuesday, and on Thursday it was 70 degrees.
7,
Y'all know they know state New York.
Because remember Prince,
that sound like
remember
some
Daniela
Cleveland
them,
weather,
they was complaining, talking about, man,
cold
it's
as
cold
well,
outside. It's cold, bro. It's cold.
Still in South
It
Africa.
snowed in South Africa.
Not even playing.
And it was a deep blizzard in.
I'm glad y'all got this house, man. It's cold out there.
What's that island?
It's like
Australia.
it's not even that cold, and you can see
A
it,
deep
bro.
blizzard. Yeah,
In Australia.
Ooh, shuck it.
I mean, that's opposite. That's a total flip.
Yeah, man.
That's like the planet moved.
Don't be dismayed. Don't be
Oh,
dismayed.
it's finna go
The signs
down.
of heaven.
That's what he kept saying through the whole
Don't be
video.
dismayed at the
Whoever
signs of
did that
heaven.
video,
Yeah.
I can't remember his name offhand, but he kept saying, "Don't be dismayed by the signs in the heaven." You know what I'm saying? Because the heathens, you know what I'm
They
saying?
dismayed at it. Right?
Exactly.
Jeremiah 10, right?
Yeah. But the way he said it, I love the way he said it.
Yeah. Like some brothers got certain words,
Yeah,
certain
he-
scriptures
yeah.
really enunciate them
It
scriptures.
was sounding
man.
so good.
Man.
It was sounding so good. But the way he edited
But
the
that's
whole
why that
thing.
Edomite did that, man. That dude was a millionaire. He had like property all over the country, and he done shot all them people up like that.
What?
Yeah, man. The dude who was in Vegas.
Yeah,
shot-
as a
he
millionaire?
shot- He's
Oh.
a millionaire.
For real?
He's a millionaire. And he got property all over the states. And he wild out, man. They dismayed right now. They
And
confounded.
he sent this woman away first. And I just letting you know right there. He planned this shit.
Yeah, man.
Right. If you send your woman away, look,
I still believe it was more than one shooter.
go over there.
That's what everybody was saying.
I seen them
But-
videos, man. There's more than one shooter.
It's more
Just
than one
thinking
shooter.
about it though, when you get your power, can you imagine being really like Neo when the white man just shooting at you?
Right,
You just stop him.
They probably will.
Or you want to play
I
with
wonder
them?
what against white people.
Yeah,
they're
those
gonna
dipping
turn back
boys.
on you.
I wonder what really was
That's
going
what I
on.
do. They shoot. They're like,
Yeah,
yeah,
go
white
on.
man,
To be a millionaire,
with no flashlight in it, how you just looking
Yeah,
like
he
you?
just looking like.
I guess money and everything.
Walk
man.
towards him just a little intimidate
I
him.
knew I knew the name.
Can't
See
do
the
it.
face.
Yeah.
Nobody never put it together.
Dog, when you had a him in the body, you gonna be like, oh,
They
you
got
right.
white supremacists and they putting
And that
them
means you
on
better
blast.
They gonna be shooting, but they gonna be.
They try to ignore Israel, act like they
Oh,
don't exist
real.
in the news and media, but
And then
soon,
this is the
when
last
they
time.
can't
so-
ignore
Oh,
us
yeah.
anymore, then they gonna
Yeah,
try to.
this is it.
Oh, yeah, I put
You
this
done
on
died,
there.
came back
We
here,
here.
came back down.
We here. You gonna
last time.
we here.
Yeah.
But Jeremiah
The
said you
thing
gonna,
is, though,
you gonna
everybody
see the
standing here.
prophets.
They
Something like that. You
pass
gonna see the prophets out here.
Amen.
True.
You know what I'm
Amen.
saying? You gonna
So-
see us out here.
This the last
And
time
you
for
seeing
you
that right now.
to do what you need to do. Cause
And that
we
famine
all
of the
died
word's
before
gonna
for
come
some
soon
reason.
after that.
Right. And
Yep.
don't
And
be
we
like
ain't gonna be as
Moses,
visible, but they gonna
Yes.
be looking.
Exactly.
who got
Right.
angry.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Because
trying to
they
save
forsook
people
all the words
he
that we
should've
said
just
and
let
they
go.
mocked us and they said it
We
was
gonna be out here.
That's
no
where
more.
the
They gonna take all that. They gonna take the internet.
Going
take
down.
a lot of people like that.
all that. It's gonna go. YouTube is not the same now.
They try to talk to everybody.
They
Most
started
people
right now.
I was
Get
like,
made a man.
Off for a little while.
damn, man, why they so stupid, man? Why they so stupid? It's right here in your face.
What's
I
that?
understand, like,
When I get my heavenly body, it's going down.
I thought that was my what's my man name? It was
was.
Dragon Ball Z been here first year. I thought that was Human Torch.
That was
Amen.
that's it.
And sometimes you just gotta drop the seed and let
Right.
it go.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? And not even waste your time on something. You
That
know?
just comes with growing and super learning because you got to start
That's all I want.
emotions out
Just
of
give me
it.
some
Like,
super, man. I don't need all
This
that.
ain't my work. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just a
Just give me a
servant.
little super.
Exactly.
Just a vessel.
Like Jediah used to tell me, because I always talk about, our president. Man, I really want to bash his son head up on that bridge.
Right.
Donald Trump's son, that little 9-year-old that he got with that whore. I really want to grab him and just power bomb his head. He was like, hey, now you know you can't be talking about the king like that now. And he showed me the scripts and where you supposed to lay off and talking about the ruler.
Right.
I'm like, man, that's so hard, because I really can't stand that.
I mean, how can you not see what Trump is doing?
Oh, yeah, we see
How
it.
can you not see it? I mean, how he acting. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Perpetuating.
it's like he just giving you every. It's like here, man.
But I love it what his own Secretary of State said. You damn moron.
Most High knew what he doing when he put him in office.
He showed up there.
But he doing it on purpose though.
They getting everything they asked
He
for.
distracting himself though.
Right. But they getting these white boys. They getting everything they asked for because they voted for him.
He's
That's
a
what's scary
puppet.
about it, because he ain't the one.
He's a straight puppet.
It's like, what are they doing behind him in the dark?
They need to worry about the second coming of Obama.
It's a distraction.
But you
Second
really
coming of
believe that?
Obama.
The second coming of Obama. That's what they need to worry about. I swear,
Who you
man,
need
when
to worry
they build
about?
that temple,
I heard
Obama gonna come out that bitch and say, "It's me, bitches."
Yeah, I heard Obama was gonna be like in the UN or something like that. Yeah, like it was some kind
Trumpets, get it? Trumpets.
Trumpets.
It's blowing. Trumpets.
The trumpets.
You need Pence in there. Pence is gonna get it right. Watch. Trump gonna die. Pop, 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 pop. Pence gonna come in. Rap.
Right, next runner up.
Man, it's all a rap.
It's over, man.
It's already over.
Yo, all this happened. He ain't even been in office a year yet. Look at him, man. It feel like 5 years he been in office.
Yeah.
He ain't even been in but 9 months.
He ain't been in.
said
Yeah,
feels like
9 months.
Yeah, man. Look at all the stuff that's happening in this short time.
Yeah.
He's only been in 9 months.
The devil that the Bible speaks of.
Right.
Amen. Amen. That's enough right there.
That's all you need.
Right.
There will be a vile man, and that's him. That's a vile dude.
Come.
He's just red.
I was just about to say
No,
that.
he ain't red. He orange.
Yeah, right.
He's orange.
That's a spray tan.
That's spray tan.
That's a deep
He's
red.
red. When you
That's
see
a
his skin, he's red. But he put that
But
spray
he
tan
put
on
that
him.
tan
It's an
on to make
orange.
him
It's
orange.
an orangish red. You know what I'm saying? It's that deep fire
It's
like
like that,
red. You know what I'm
like a
saying?
tangerine.
You got this orange when he just straight white.
Like that fire over there.
Yeah.
Like that, like that C on his hat. You know what I'm saying? That's how he look.
He Esau for real.
Just smack him and see him turn.
Literally,
Man, real.
Hey, you think about that. Think about when brothers was doing that to the light-skinned brothers back in the day. When they was doing that to brothers, the light-skinned brothers, smacking them, see they turn. When I really think about that, 'cause I used to see that in school, and the reality of it is, that was just hatred, but really for the white man. And you just took that out on your brother just because he's a different shade, you know, to project that hatred on him. You know what I'm saying? When really that built up anger is really towards Esau. You know what I'm saying?
How they project the devil? How they project
that
the
shit
devil?
came from slavery itself.
Red.
Though.
The devil's always red.
House
wasn't
nigga to the field. Nigga. Made light skin
was
feel like
always
they're better
red.
than darker.
he? Always.
They had
They
the group
got that meme.
in
It said-
Louisiana. They called them coloreds. They weren't black, but they was a group of like mixed or light skinned Hebrews that owned. Yeah, they didn't call themselves black. They called themselves coloreds, and they actually owned slaves.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was in Louisiana. They had the group called it, and they, if you were darker than a paper bag, a brown paper bag, then you couldn't be colored. Then they call you black.
So they said,
And
Hey, is that
right,
ain't
true, yeah.
that,
and they used to set
Creole
it.
cut too?
Yeah,
Right.
that's where it come from.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
so they said the Indians had slaves. Is that true?
I don't believe that. Like you hear the what's the name?
I think they did. I
No,
don't think
you
they
know
had
what?
slaves, but I think they
did.
They had
Yes, sir.
slaves
I
to
think
They did.
protect them.
Yeah.
Because you know what it was? The Native Americans, those were Edomites. Because like I was actually like reading about this. It's called the blood quantum laws. They would basically put their children in those native tribes and consider them as Native Americans. You know what I'm saying?
I'm about the $5.
To steal their heritage, like they do every other.
I see they ass all the time in Oklahoma.
Y'all really want to see the devil? There you go. What it say?
The devil.
Yeah.
Right, he come in a suit.
He come in a suit.
That horns and tails is a myth. That's
I want to tell them. Like I seen on. Did y'all see that movie they called Jesus?
No. It was
Man, they made it years ago.
I
And
started watching the white man, white Jesus movies.
Yeah, the white Jesus movie.
After
Yeah.
I seen Passion of the Christ, that was enough.
Hold on,
Yeah, that was too much.
The last one I seen.
Yeah, I
Hold
can't
on,
take
so
it.
this one here they made it on NBC. The devil came to Jesus with a blue money suit on. It took him to the top and said, "I give you all this and all that, All you gotta do is bow down. And
That's
you
like Robert De Niro and
Devil's Advocate.
Devil's Advocate,
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's the same
That was a
thing.
cold-blooded movie.
And
Yeah,
the way they had that
crazy.
stuff on the back of him, the way they had all that stuff on the back when he would sit down in
a
his
portal.
chair.
Yeah, that was a portal,
Wasn't
man.
that crazy?
That was
I was
a
like,
door, a
they
gateway.
just showing you, nigga,
Yeah.
that these niggas they showing you that they in
They had all the stuff moving. Yeah.
And then they already showing you about the CERN collider. They be making movies about the CERN.
Like I don't know if you guys like seen The Flash, but it's like a series on like Netflix.
Yeah,
right?
I watch
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
I ain't
yeah,
watched
yeah.
all of it yet, but I watch it.
So like basically later on when you get into it, they're like, oh, you can go back in time by like
Yeah.
smashing particles.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, when he ran into Supergirl. I
yeah,
saw
yeah.
that episode. Yeah.
And
he
it
running that fast.
yeah, it basically makes portals and stuff. And yeah, so basically that's what they're doing at CERN
Right,
too.
there's different dimensions.
Sound like y'all need to get the hell out of that TV.
But that's what
you know what though? It's a lot.
I mean, but they show you everything in TV. It's like
No, I understand what you're saying.
I don't watch that much because I be driving a lot, but when I do get a time to watch stuff, I do.
Like
Brothers.
the news and shit. Come on.
His old man done the bones done
You know what I mean? You know, you can't down, man. See y'all brothers in the morning.
Right.
See y'all brothers in the morning.
Whole weekend, you know what I mean?
Y'all, man.
See you in the morning, King.
All right, brother.
Yeah,
With your good rapping.
well, we're going to chop it up. Have us a good time.
Good chopping. Good chopping.
Whole weekend, you feel me?
I enjoyed this.
Brother, man.
I'm glad I came.
That's a bright light, man.
my bad.
We're on the same time.
All right,
Good job. Yeah, definitely, man. We stay together, man.
Oh yeah.
I'm getting my Hebrew name soon, you know what I'm saying?
True.
It's
Come
enough
on,
time to
good one,
digest
you
before
know.
we lay down, man.
Say you gonna come up with a good one.
Because I'm good, bro.
However I get it, you know, it's gonna come though, you know, it's
Yeah,
coming
wait
soon.
on the Lord. Let him bring it to you.
Right. You know, be humble.
Right, there you go.
Soon, you know, I'm just tired of everybody calling me Brother Marcus, you know. Brother Marcus.
The Most High done watched out for you a lot.
Oh, your mama gave you.
I got one for you. Zephaniah. Protected by Yah. Protected by Yah.
Oh yeah. That's what it is.
Pray on.
Pray on it.
Pray on
And if you like it,
That's what it is.
go
though.
for it.
Yeah. All right, Chardo.
All right, now.
In the morning.
All right.
Man,
Show.
I'll get y'all back to this hotel.
All right.
Good.